G'day, it's Pete here, and we're back for all the action from the World Championships. Here we're in the second day of the quarterfinals. This is to see who makes it through to the semi-finals of the World Championship. We had a few sort of upsets at the halfway point, and we had a few really tight matches. So let's jump in and see, can the favoured teams come back, or will the upset continue, and what happens in some of these neck-and-neck matches. So the first one was I wanted to look at the previous Bermuda Bowl winners, Switzerland playing against Israel. So here, Israel was up 43 imps at the halfway point. And here there's an interesting hand where I wanted to highlight some differences in system here. So here it went pass, pass, one spade, pass, and they bid 4 spades. And that went double or pass. At the other table, it went pass, pass, a spade. They bid 2 clubs, which looks like Drury, showing a good raise of spades, maximum passed hand. And West just subsided in 2 spades. And then after a bit of competition, they pushed on to 3 spades. So you might be looking at this 4 spade bid and unsure, like, why are they bidding 4 spades? They've only got 10 points. But here, East-West were playing precision. So one club was like a strong hand, 16 or more points. And West just sort of has typically like 11 to 15. Now, when you've got these really limited hands, what this actually opens up in that sort of system is you can have 1 major pass 4 major, not just be a 5-card weak raise. So often if you're playing standard or 2/1, if you open a spade and just bid 4 spades, it would be, I've got 5 cards, I've got a weak hand, I've got a distributional raise. But when you have these really limited raises or limited openings, what this means is you can have this 4 spade bid both be, hey, I think we're going to make 4 spades with no chance of slam, but also we might have a hand that just wanted to do that weak raise. So you don't need to identify what your hand actually is. And this puts a lot of pressure on the opponents. And sometimes they'll come in with a double or try and compete here because they think that maybe you're weak, whereas sometimes you have these hands like this. Now, on the hand here, we've got this East-West card. So do we actually want to be in 4 spades on this? So looking at this hand, we've got 2 diamond losers. We've also got a heart loser. We'll be able to probably trump a diamond or trump a club or maybe throw them on hearts. You've also got this heart loser. The heart lead helps. And then we're also just missing the king of spades. So it looks like 1 spade and 2 diamonds. And it looks like 4 spades is a pretty decent spot. But unfortunately, on the full hand here, North has 4 spades to the king 10-9, which double might have indicated because there was a passed hand here, though it looks like they were playing double as takeout. Pretty aggressive to try and do this. But if there was a preemptive raise, I thought maybe they've got a good sacrifice, or maybe they've just got a decent hand. They didn't want to get jammed out on this. But here, it looks like North-South can take 2 spades and 2 diamonds because of the 4-0 break in spades. But 4 spades was a decent spot, but goes 1 down today. At the other table, here they just stopped in 3 spades. So the different system openings has like this flow-on effect to like how do the responses and all that do. And here I think getting to 4 spades is pretty reasonable, but goes down today. So pick up to Switzerland. So they're starting to close the gap there. The next quarterfinal I wanted to jump into was one from the Wuhan Cup. And here we're looking at Romania versus Italy. This is just really, really neck and neck here. So just 2 imps in it. This is about halfway through day 2 of the quarterfinals. And here we've got this interesting hand. And here East-West bid their way to 5 hearts. Whereas at the other table, East-West have a different auction but get to 6 hearts. So my question here is, do we actually want to be in slam on this hand? So you're missing the ace of spades. We've got no heart losers, no diamond losers, but you have to try and navigate the clubs for only 1 loser. So here we'll jump into the play and look at how they actually played it here. So they got a spade lead, they took the ace, diamond shift, and they just trumped a diamond. They're just trying to gather more information about what's actually going on here. They want to try and work out how to play the clubs, and they don't have a whole lot of information. They continued with another heart. They got a spade discard and a diamond there. And at this stage, they now just play the king of clubs and they see the queen drop. And the question here should be, should you play for clubs to be 2-2 or should you play for this queen to be singleton? And this is where the principle of restricted choice comes in. And the way I like to think about it is South could have queen jack doubleton, or they could have singleton queen, or they could have had singleton jack. But here we're trying to work out, did they have singleton queen or do they have queen jack doubleton? And the probabilities of queen jack doubleton versus singleton queen are pretty similar. But what actually happens is if someone had a singleton queen, they have to play that card. Whereas if someone has queen jack doubleton, half the time they should play the queen and half the time they should play the jack. So when you actually see the queen played, you want to assume that it's because they were forced to do it. Because if they had a choice between playing the queen or jack, that actually halves the probability. So here, when you see the queen drop, you want to assume that their choice was restricted and that they had to actually play that, in which case you want to play the other person for the jack. So they followed with the 10 and they finessed and actually made 12 tricks. At the other table, here they led the ace of spades, and then after that they shifted to a club and Clara continued hearts. They also had the 4 diamond preempt here. The different auction really highlights that they're going to be playing South for the club shortage. But they continued spade and then finessed it, and they make 12 tricks. So really healthy pickup for Romania here. So really neck and neck, close slam here. And talking about other interesting slams, let's jump into Norway versus China. So Norway, this is with just a few boards left in the quarterfinal. We're right down to the pointy end of this. China is up by 5 imps. And here, North-South bid their way to 6 spades, whereas here they stop in 4 spades. So my question to you is, do you want to be in this slam? Is this a good slam to be in or not? Now, here, if you look at this hand, we have a heart loser. We're going to lose a heart. We've got no spades to lose. We've got no diamonds to lose. And we've got these 2 clubs we have to deal with, but we've got this 4th diamond here. We can actually throw a club away here, and then maybe we can trump 2 clubs. But to do this, we need to be able to draw trumps first. And that means we need trumps to be 2-2. If trumps aren't 2-2, you can't make this. And what here, for trumps to be 2-2, that only happens about 40% of the time. So this isn't a slam that you actually want to be in. Now here, the spades broke as they should. They were 3-1, and here China actually goes down in the slam, and Norway retakes the lead right near the end of this, just in time. So let's jump into the results. So here, Norway won 208 to 202, just pipping out China. It was a really tense battle with China leading nearly all the way, but Norway taking it right near the end there for a nice win there. Here, Italy beat Poland, and USA 2 knocked over USA 1, and Switzerland came back having a fantastic day 2. Really, really strong, convincing win in the end there to proceed into the semi-finals. In the Venice Cup, the women's, Israel knocked over Poland, who were absolutely dominant in the qualifying. China knocked over France, who came 3rd in the qualifying. Turkey beat USA 2, and Norway knocked out Sweden. Sweden were also really strong in the qualifying. They were 2nd, but 1st and 2nd with Poland and Sweden were way above the other teams here, but both got knocked out in the quarterfinals here. In the seniors, the Diorsi Trophy, Poland beat Netherlands, USA beat Norway, Denmark beat Italy, and USA beat Sweden. So no real upsets here. The top 4 qualifiers in the seniors all won their quarterfinal finals. In the Wuhan Cup, the mixed teams, Belgium beat Germany, the top qualifiers. USA 2 beat USA 1. France had a big win over China. And here, in an insanely close quarterfinal, Romania just pipped out Italy by 2 imps after all that play. So into the semi-finals, the matchups that we've got in the Open, we've got Norway versus Italy and Switzerland versus USA 2. We've got Israel versus China in the Venice Cup and Norway v Turkey. In the seniors, we've got Poland versus Denmark and USA 1 versus USA 2. I do think that there is a rule that if 2 USA teams make the semi-finals, they had to play at this stage. I have to double check that, but at least when I was doing it, that was the rule. And then in the mixed teams, we've got Belgium versus USA 2 and Romania versus France. So that's all the action. We've got the semi-finals to come. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow.